When developing Java Enterprise applications, we want to test and verify our changes while keeping the turnaround times short in order to stay in the development flow. And there is a very helpful tool by Adam Bean called Watch and Deploy, or WAD, that listens for our file changes and then rebuilds and redeploys our applications. And especially in combination with modern application servers that deploy quickly, this can really improve our development productivity. And this tool not only works with local installations of application servers, but if we use containers such as Docker to ship our applications in production, then we can actually use the same Docker images that we would use later on to connect this tool with Docker volumes and use the same images. So how does that work? I have an example project here that uses Maven to build a Java 8 application, and I have an own Docker image. And in this case, you would use your own image with customized configuration and with your own application that you add as thin deployment artifact to the auto deployment directory. And then what we do locally is we fire up a Docker container from that very image, and we mount the auto deployment directory from a local directory that is filled by this WAD tool. So this works as follows. We can fire up a shell script here that simply builds our image and starts up a container from that image. And then we mount a local directory into our auto deployment directory of the application server. I use OpenLiberty in this case. And then we fire up the wad.jar tool in order to detect the changes and rebuild our application into that destination. And then what happens is, if we fire up that script, then it will build our application and build our Docker image and fire up a Docker container. We can actually have a look at the logs here and see that OpenLiberty is starting up. And now we can have a look at the code, what we're actually deploying. Well, it's a very basic Hello World application that uses JAX-RS to say hello via HTTP. So once that is deployed, we can simply fire up curl to see, well, hello in our case. And then what happens is, now we want to change something. Now we are in the development mode. That means we can change something in our code. For example, say hello exclamation mark. And then what happens is that the WAD tool will detect the changes here, and we can simply, well, update the browser or update to test and verify our application, especially if we use a modern application server that deploys quickly. And this means we have very quick turnaround times. We can test and go back to the code and change something here. And this cycle will simply detect our changes, redeploy very quickly, and we are not distracted by long waiting times. Thanks for watching.